Hello, folks. Here it is, the 11th of December. You know what that means. First of all, happy birthday, Kaya. And second of all, chapter 11 of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. So, thank you for my hat, Debbie. She made one for me and one for Kaya. And they match. Hopefully someday we'll be wearing them together. Anyhow, enough of that. On with A Christmas Carol, Chapter 11. Being as this is the second take, I have to go back to the beginning. Okay, so Chapter 11. When the clock struck 11, this domestic ball broke up. Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig took their stations, one on either side of the door, and shaking hands with every person individually as he or she went out, wishing him or her a Merry Christmas. When everybody had retired but the two apprentices, they did the same to them. The lads were left to their beds, which were under a counter in the back shop. During the whole of this time, Scrooge had acted like a man out of his wits. His heart and soul were in the scene, and with his former self. He remembered everything and enjoyed everything. It was not until now, when the bright faces of his former self and Dick were turned from them, that he remembered the ghost, and became conscious that it was looking full upon him, while the light upon its head burnt very clear. The spirit signed to him to listen to the two apprentices, who were pouring out their hearts in praise of Fezziwig. The ghost said, "Really, does this man deserve so much praise as you and Dick were showering upon him? After all, he only spent a little bit of money to throw a party." "It isn't that," said Scrooge, heated by the remark, and speaking unconsciously like his former, not his latter self. "It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome. The happiness he gave was quite as great as if it cost a fortune." He felt the spirit's glance and stopped. "What is the matter?" asked the ghost. "Nothing in particular," said Scrooge. "Something, I think," said the ghost instead. "No," said Scrooge. "No, I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all." His former self turned down the lamps as he gave the utterance to the wish. And Scrooge and the ghost again stood side by side in the open air. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Chapter 11 of A Christmas Carol. Join us tomorrow, December 12th, for Chapter 12. Good night.